pleasure being on the platform.
For sure.
And we had an amazing experience.
Amazing.
Look,
Yeah,
the
that's
experience was so
crazy.
amazing. Like we just really, they pretty much interviewed me. I didn't know y'all did interviews too. I thought it was just poets come there and get laced up in clothes and that was it. But it was a whole vibe.
Straight up.
They had the BlackBerry waiting on me when I
Straight
got
up.
there. You know what I'm talking about?
Big bottles.
And we started talking.
Yeah.
And we couldn't get past the conversation. Like conversation got
Right.
so good that we didn't even get to the outfit part.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, we was.
And so we talked for hours.
Real
I think
drip.
I got there at 7 o'clock and I left at like 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We
All
was talking,
conversation.
bro.
All conversation. No clothes.
Look, the conversation was minute. Like he got to know me. Like
Facts.
I came in as a fellow poet.
Yeah.
But I left with a brother and a sister. That's how
Word.
I felt like
Word.
I felt like I found a brother and a sister.
Word.
That's how deep we connected tonight, right?
Right.
So I want I appreciate you.
No doubt.
For allowing me to express myself.
No doubt.
Because
Yeah.
everybody don't get to have a sit down with me like that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so it was awesome, bro.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was monumental.
Yes, sir.
It was a shift. Actually, it was a shift for us too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. You know what I'm saying? Because we was doing was meeting poets and dripping them, right? But then it's like when you came through and the whole night was just convo from the moment you walked in the door. It was just conversation. We've never had that. You feel what I'm saying? From beginning to end,
Right.
you dripped us. Yeah, you lacing us, bro. So it was definitely monumental for new shit, bro. Appreciate it.
Brother. Now I just recently, my man just performed at the Weagle Live.
For sure. Oh, that was crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was.
Show.
Yeah,
My first time seeing him spit,
for sure.
and he had a whole set. You feel me? He came out with a whole little set.
Yeah.
He had his
What you
kid,
thought about it?
Hey,
What you think about it?
That was fire.
For sure.
That was fire, bro. And then I didn't know the ladies were all a part of that. They had been on the new shit platform.
Yeah,
which
all of them
was dope too.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like it's supposed to look like you had the goddesses in front of you.
For sure.
And they just stayed by them just standing and holding their spot. It set the stage. It gave the energy. It was fitting for what you were speaking about, right?
Word.
You feel me? That's what it was.
Word. That's what it was.
The poem you spoke.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that last poem you did? You did one.
I did.
Something about the Messiah. What it was called?
So the first one I did was the Messiah type.
Okay.
That was the
That
first
shit
one.
was so hard,
The
bro.
Messiah type. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was inspired. If somebody asks you like, what's your blood type? Yeah.
Messiah type.
I'm Messiah type, bro. You feel me? Yeah, I'm Messiah type. Yeah, that way. And so the next one was I saw God for the first time. That was the second poem. I saw God for the first time. Yeah.
That's why I said.
Yeah.
The presentation was fitting
For
what you brought to the stage, right?
Right. Salute to the queens, bro.
How did you put that? What made you come up with the idea to do it like the way you did it like that?
All right. So initially, me and my partner Destiny, right? We at the house, man. We, first she came up with the Coming to America theme. We was gonna do like the Coming to America, the dropping the rose petals, because when you came into new shit, that's what you saw with the petals. So she was like, let's do that. So then it shifted from the Coming to America joint to Belly. Yeah, that's what you saw. It was the Belly concept. Yeah, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So we went with that. And so we just had 4 women in the movie Belly that we felt like was like, yeah, let's rock with this. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I played both characters. I played Tommy and Sincere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it was just me. So it was like me plus the women, and it's like, yeah, this is what we on right here. Yeah, that's how that kind of came about.
Man. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
So look, before we get up out of here,
For sure.
take us back to the beginning of your poetic journey.
Let's do it.
Like, how did it all start for you as being a poet out here, man?
Being a poet. So 2006, I had listened to a record by the name of B from the rapper Common. He dropped a record called B. I listened to that record, and he has a song on there called Faithful.
What if God?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, that song. And I was like, this ain't no rap song. This is a poem. Yeah, and that's what inspired me to write my first poem. And then from there, it just went. So since '06, I wrote my first poem in '06. I performed my first poem in '07, man. I've been rocking ever since. Yeah, ever since I've been rocking, bro. I jumped off the porch '07, Poetry Lounge. Yeah, when it was Shadow Ball. When it was Shadow Ball, yeah. Yeah, when it was shadow ball, when the line used to be around the corner, when you had to stand in line to spit. Yeah, it was crazy then. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm from that cloth. I'm from that cloth. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So that's how it started. And I've had my breaks in between. Like I'm kind of like I do like 3 or 4 years on, then I'll step away and just live. You know what I'm saying? I feel like living life is what gives you new material. So I step away for 3 or 4 years, then come back for 3 or 4 years, then leave again, come back. So this is like I'm on my 3rd round right now.